We are with Wayne Mogel, and he is the owner of the Country Kettle
Yes.
restaurant. So thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for coming in.
Sure. So tell us about the history of the restaurant.
The restaurant has been here since 1983 as the Country Kettle. I took over the restaurant in 2009, so I'm going on my 16th year here.
Okay.
Went all through COVID, survived, barely, but we survived, and things are progressively getting back to normal and better.
Excellent.
Yes.
So before 1983, was it a different restaurant?
No, it was a dress shop.
Oh.
It had, this place I believe was built in the late 30s,
Okay.
and it was a gas station.
Oh.
It was called the Wachusett Spa, and they served dinners, and they had gas pumps outside.
That's really interesting.
It really is, and there are pictures somewhere showing it as the Wachusett Spa and the gas station with the pumps. People used to pull up, have dinner, and get their car filled with gas.
That's amazing. Now, when you came in, did you redecorate? Like
Yes.
this has a beautiful tin ceiling.
Well,
Or is it tin?
there was a drop ceiling, white drop ceiling that was all stained, and there was shag carpeting on the floor.
Shag.
it-
Okay.
How it also, as I told you, I spent 47 years in the entertainment industry, and I was getting burnt out. 37 countries, living out of a suitcase. And what happened was, I was done.
Okay.
So I said, I had a home, I was living in Hopkinton at the time, and I had a home in Las Vegas. And I said, you know what, I want to open up a little restaurant. I knew nothing about the restaurant business. Why I did this, don't ask.
Okay.
It's crazy. So I got a call from a broker, and he said, there's a little place in West Boylston, Massachusetts I'd like to show you. I said, where's West Boylston?
Yeah.
So I flew in, and I came here, and I sat at that counter, and the place was disgusting. And I said, I can't buy this place. I went outside, got into the car, and I said, you know what, let me go back in again. So I said, with a little TLC, I think this place could be something. And so we renovated the place, I bought it, and the rest is history. Been here almost 16 years.
Wow. So do you do any of the cooking yourself?
I did initially. I did it for about 3.5 years. And then I got the entertainment bug again.
Uh-oh.
So I got roped back into entertainment. I produced for National Lampoon. I just recently executive produced a movie that's in the theaters now with Morgan Freeman and Luke Hemsworth called Gunner.
Really?
Yes. My whole family was in the entertainment industry. My godfather was Milton Berle.
Oh my goodness.
And my cousin, my father's first cousin, my second cousin was Joan Rivers.
Oh.
And her father delivered my father in Brooklyn, New York. He was
Oh, my goodness.
an obstetrician gynecologist. His name was Meyer Malinsky. So Joan's maiden name was Malinsky.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I spent all these years, I worked, as you can see on the walls, there's pictures of me and John Travolta, George Clooney and me, just a lot of years.
What was that, what exactly was your career? It was acting, I take it?
No.
Okay.
No, it was producing.
Oh, always producing, okay.
Most of the time was producing, but I also had a film distribution business. I used to distribute films for all of the major movie studios.
Okay.
So I did that for 20 some odd years. And, I got back into it again, and I love what I'm doing. Working on a few projects right now. One of them is a children's project called Goldfish from Pluto, where the goldfish save the planet from environmental stresses and all of that. It's a really cool kids kids program.
Oh,
And then we're working on 2 other films. One's called Crash and Carry. The script was just written. Back in the 80s, there were a bunch of teenagers that used to steal cars, crash them into storefronts, and rob them.
oh,
And it was a true story. And so this is the story of what they used to do. And then the other one is called North End, and that takes place in the North End of Boston.
wow.
Yes.
That sounds like fun. You just do movies or do you do television?
Well, as I told you, I recently did a show, with Matt Paxton. So it was on PBS called The Legacy List, and they came in and saw all of my memorabilia, and we talked about my family's history and everything about the movie industry and my years in the entertainment industry. And then the rest of the time, I'm here.
I have a great show concept for you.
What's that?
It's called Two Grannies on the Road.
I love it.
What is a favorite moment in your career?
Meeting me.
That's besides the point. You know, it's funny, Kathy has been with me since I opened the restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And we were sitting down at that bottom table, and I was interviewing her, and she said, "You're hiring me."
Oh,
That was
okay.
that was 16 years ago.
And you said, well, okay.
Well, okay.
That could go either way, too. It could be
Yes.
like, not on your life, or...
Right. So my favorite, I guess my favorite part, I was doing an award show in Las Vegas for the home entertainment industry. And I got to present Maureen O'Hara with a Lifetime Achievement Award. And she was just a magnificent, magnificent lady. Totally enjoyed that.
Wonderful.
And then the other thing that meant a lot to me is being able to join the Friars Club in New York. You familiar with that?
No.
The Friars Club is a private club. They had a location in Beverly Hills and one in New York City. And that's where all the stars are able to go without being bothered. And you have to be in the entertainment industry to belong to it. But you
Okay.
have to be proposed by 2 members. And luckily, Milton Berle was one of them, and my uncle, who produced the original Jackie Robinson story, where Jackie Robinson played himself
Oh, wow.
in the movie.
Okay.
And that was another highlight, being able to join the Friars Club and being a member for many, many years.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So from the time you were a kid, you were kind of born into the
Born into
entertainment
it,
industry?
loved it. Always loved the entertainment industry. So
What got you to the point where you got burned out? Was it a high paced? Was it stressful?
Not that it was stressful. It was a lot of traveling, a lot of being away from your children and your wife, and that's very taxing.
Yeah.
So I said I had enough. You
Yeah.
know, but it's almost like, if you were a smoker and you got sick and you stopped smoking but then once you felt better, you started smoking again.
Oh, and that's what happened to you.
And that's what happened to me. I use that analogy.
But now at least you have the relief of being able to come here and do something completely different.
Exactly.
So is that helpful?
It is, and I'm not here that much. Kathy runs this place. But I'm here on a daily basis. Even if it's just for a couple of minutes.
Okay. So something that I didn't ask about the restaurant. So what are the hours here?
So we open up at 7 a.m. and we close around 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Okay. Do you have the same menu all day, or do you have a lunch
We
menu
have a lunch
as well?
menu as well,
Okay.
and we're open 7 days a week. We're only closed Christmas Day
Oh,
and Thanksgiving.
okay.
That's it.
Oh, excellent. And
Otherwise, we're open.
And your menu, what would you say are some of the highlights of the menu? Is it
Well, it's funny. It all depends on what day it is. During the week, you get a certain clientele, mostly from around the area that come in, and they're more of the steak and potatoes type of crowd. And then on the weekends, you get more of an eclectic crowd that come from all different areas, whether they're going up for leaf peeping or what have you. And they are more into the Benedicts and a lot of that type of stuff. So it all depends. But everything, of course, I'm going to say is good.
Of course.
And I love it. I love it. I'm glad I did it. I was crazy for doing it, but I'm glad I did it. You
Good.
meet so many interesting people. I love the town people here. They've been supporting me for years.
Great.
I wanted to make it, you couldn't tell from the outside, the building is very old, but we wanted to make it very comfortable and cozy, like you were eating in your granny's kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. You've done that.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, Wayne.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for coming in and sharing the story. Awesome.
You're welcome.
So I am starting this Popeye Benedict, which has onions and tomatoes and spinach, and I think it's on a
English muffin.
and with fries, home fries. So let me-
Fresh home fries.
fresh home fries.
Made
That's a-
every day.
Wow.
Okay. That's important.
Look at this spot. My kind of food. Delicious.
Oh, good. We're having the same things today, so I'm gonna try the potatoes, made fresh every day. Let's see. They're flavored really nicely, soft, a little crust on the outside. I think they're just perfect.
Enjoy.